Hey guys, once again welcome back to the layout. So today I've got something really neat to show you guys. If you saw my last video, you probably saw that we were in the middle of a big project, and this is what we were working on. This is our coal tower. As you may have heard me mention in the past, we're hoping to have an operating coal tower, and so that is what we have here. We've been working on this for the past week or so. And so this is a Walther's kit. I'm not exactly sure what the kit is, but basically we just use the shell. And if you want, you can probably Google just a Walther's coal tower kit or something like that, and this will pop up. But anyways, we completely customized it so it works now. So I'll go ahead and show you. The tube here, or the chute, raises and lowers. And then we also have a coal bin up here, and that we have a switch machine which will open and close a valve to allow the coal to come out. And so as you can see up here, there's a small hopper, and eventually a lot bigger hopper, which will be situated right under here, will feed into that, so we'll be able to load a whole bunch of cars at once. Alright guys, so now I'm going to go and show you how we did this. Hopefully I'll be able to answer all your questions, but again, if you guys have any questions about something I didn't cover, go ahead and ask and let me know, and hopefully my dad and I will be able to answer it. So we've been working on this for the past few days, and it's kind of temporarily set up right now. Here's our little control panel, and once it's finished we'll get a nice little panel here with the levers and stuff. So what we used here was a switch machine, and if you look down inside there, you can see that it's connected to that brass plate right there, and that plate slides in and out, and that cuts off the flow of coal in the tube. So when that slides to the right, there's a hole that slides over and lines up with the pipe, and the coal flows out of the bottom. And then when we want to close the chute so the coal stops flowing out, we flip the switch down here. That operates the switch machine, and the plate will move back over, and the hole is again closed. This is the hopper and the actual mechanism that will release the coal, and this will actually sit inside of our Walther's kit and sit right over the tracks. So as you can see, we built this hopper out of brass. We just used some brass sheet, and then we made that. And there's going to be a bigger hopper sitting under here, which will hold a lot more coal. This is just kind of a small one that'll sit in the building. And so it funnels down into this one part right here. And as you can see, we made 2 sheets of brass, and we spaced them out a little bit. So let's see if I can do this with one hand here, but when it's in there, we're actually going to be able to slide this open and closed. So that is how we went ahead and made the coal chute operate. The next thing we wanted to do was have the actual chute be able to raise and lower so the engines could go by, and then also so we could adjust the height of it to the hopper cars, because as you can see here we have cars that are various heights, and we'll be able to load the coal accordingly. So here's the chute. Now this is not operated with a switch machine. We fabricated most of these parts out of brass. As you can see, that entire hopper and switch mechanism which you saw up there was built out of brass. But this is actually operated manually. So we have this cable, I'm not exactly sure what you call it, but it's for RC airplanes. And the cable slides in and out of this sheath. So as you can see, I'm pushing the cable in and out, and I'll show you in just a second. And that is actually raising and lowering the chute up here. And eventually, like I said, this will be mounted to a nice switch here on the fascia. So the cable I just showed you comes out there in the back, and that is connected to a brass rod, if you can see it there. And so as you can see, it slides up and down on that brass rod. It's all connected there. And that is connected to the square chute right there, which raises and lowers and allows the coal to come out. And if you see on this side, all the coal trains will be coming towards you. So they'll be coming in this direction. And so as you can see, we made a little notch out of the chute right there. So the coal will be able to be loaded in a realistic way where it kind of has a hump in the middle. So just like the real thing. And the nice thing about that is you can't really see all of the brass tubing and workings of it when you look at it from the front side here. So that is how it works. If you guys have any questions, let me know. We have a little hole in the bottom of the track right here, and that goes to a bin underneath to catch any loose coal in case we overflow it. And so that is basically it. This is a Walther's kit. It's a tortoise switch machine, and then we custom built this hopper out of brass sheet and all sorts of different stuff. And I'll throw in a few pictures of the actual mechanism here in the video towards the end. So anyways, guys, without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look and see how it operates. Alright guys, one more question that I know I had before we started this that I thought I'd answer real quick for you guys is what the diameter is of the tube coming out of the bottom here. As you can see, we have a square chute here, but actually inside of that there's a round 1/2 inch brass tube. And so like I said, we used 1/2 inch brass tube, but it really doesn't matter what size tube you're using as long as you get enough coal to fill up the car as it moves by. And as long as the chute is the right height. So you don't need to be super precise with the size of the tubing that comes out to fill up the car. And that is because if it's the right height, it won't overflow because it won't be able to go any higher or overflow higher than the height of the chute there. So even if it was a big pipe like that right there, it wouldn't be able to load any more overflow because the chute is the height of the car. Now if it were higher, it could overflow the sides of the car, but like I said, since you can lower it to the height of the car, it really doesn't matter to a certain extent what size tube you use. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out and see how it works. We'll go ahead and see it here in operation. So I'm going to go ahead and lower the chute a little bit here using the cable. And I'll go ahead and turn my locomotive up to speed step 1, as slow as we can go. And I'll open the coal. As you can see, as I was mentioning earlier, it really doesn't matter how big the pipe is because it's limited by the height of the chute there. You can raise it for the next car and then lower it back in there once the edge of the car clears. Slide in for a little closer look here. Alright, and here's the other side. You can see we have the little notch cut out of it right there. And you can see from this side, this is the back side, you can see the cable and connections that make the chute raise and lower. As you can see over here, it loads the cars really nicely. And that's all the little hopper holds. As I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a bigger one up here so we can load more cars. But here's a quick look at the inside. You can see that when we close it, it slides that little piece of brass over with a hole in it. And that right there would be open that looks down into the coal cars there from the hopper. So that is how we did this. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask me, and hopefully I can get back to you there. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.